our second guest and a stakeholder for UNU-FLORES in Dresden, Mr. Maximillian Metzger, representing Federal Minister of Higher Education and Research, Deputy Director General for International Cooperation in Education and Research. In this function, he is responsible for international cooperation with all countries outside Europe and the UN organization. Mr. Metzger.
Professor Osterwalder, Under Secretary of the United Nations and Director of the University of the United Nations, State Minister Professor van Schorlemer, Minister Pelembe from Mozambique, Professor Müller-Steinhagen, Rector of the Technical University Dresden, Professor Riener and Professor Ardakanyan and Professor Lal. Excellencies, distinguished rectors and professors, ladies and gentlemen. You mentioned it already. I have the honor to speak on behalf of my minister, the Federal Minister of Education and Research in Germany, Professor Chavan, who is very much enthusiastic about the UNU and about the foundation of this Institute FLORES. The more she regrets not to be able to be here today, and therefore she sends her best wishes, her congratulations and compliments to all of you, and mainly to the stakeholder of UNU and the new institute. Professor Chavan always has been a strong supporter of UNU and in particular of the foundation of the new institute. Let me start with some comments on the support of the Federal Ministry of the United Nations University and about the reasons for our commitment. We always, since its foundation in 1973, have found that the UNU is an important element of international research cooperation. And we appreciate very much that 4 scientific institutions of UNU are located in Bonn. The more as they stand for high academic quality and are a real advance for the academic landscape in Germany and in the region of Bonn. Just to mention that last year UNU was ranked among the first 10 government-affiliated global think tanks. And there, for the federal government, there's a second reason why we strongly support UNU, and this is that they are part of the UN family, which has been settling in Bonn, for which the federal government also is very much supportive. Thus, the Federal Ministry has been providing regular funding to the Institute for Environment and Human Security already since 2003, and we appreciate very much that an evaluation of this institute presented extremely encouraging results, which leads to the logical consequence that we will continue our support. In the same way, in 2007, the UNU and our ministry agreed a strategic partnership whereby the Federal Ministry also supports the Vice-Rectorate in Europe of the United Nations in Bonn. This partnership produced the first Vice-Rectorate of UNU in Europe, which acts as a coordination center of at least 7 institutes of the UNU located in Europe. And since then, BMBF has supported this Vice-Rectorate as well as the Environment and Human Security Institute, the latter together with the state of North Rhine-Westphalia. Now, the most recent addition to the UNU family in Germany, whose opening we are celebrating today, is this new institute with the nice title, FLORES. Might it flourish? For us, it is important that FLORES is not limited only to research on the use of water, soil and waste resources, in particular in developing and emerging countries. The Institute shall also develop innovative concepts for target and region-specific knowledge transfer, as well as appropriate methodologies and approaches for postgraduate and professional education. This broad approach is the reason why, together with the state of Saxony, we provide funding for the first phase of establishing the new institute, and we are very glad about it. Let me mention a word on the twinning. The twinning concept corresponds very much to some elements on our strategy of internationalization of research and science in Germany. One element is the stronger cooperation with emerging and developing countries on the basis of an equal partnership. And in this respect, we are very much in favor of the twinning concept, and we do hope that it will turn out as a real success. Because we think it's based on partnership, it's based on the same standards and requirements, on joint programs, joint education and curricula. And in this respect, we think it's a guarantee for sustainability of cooperation, and it will also provide more structures and capacity building in developing countries, above all in Africa. This corresponds to other initiatives of my ministry which we have established in Africa and with Africa. For instance, the networks of research and land use, WASCAL and SASCAL, meaning regional research networks in southern and western Africa. Also, we are establishing networks of research in medicine, translational medicine and public health with Africa. And also, we have been establishing strong cooperation links between universities in Germany and in Africa, all over Africa. So, we heard so many good visions from the previous speakers, and I am very grateful for these visions. And I think we need these visions to do our work in our ministries, to have the right inspiration and imagination to be convinced that we do the right things. A word on Dresden. I'm particularly pleased that FLORES is based at the Technical University of Dresden. It was also mentioned that this university was awarded under the Initiative for Excellence recently. And we consider also the cooperation with the Technical University Dresden as a precious element for the success of FLORES and its twinnings concept. What do we expect from FLORES? We expect, of course, excellent science. What else? We expect also excellent training. We hope that the new institute will have enough support from third parties. And we do indeed expect that there will be some cooperation with the existing initiatives we have established in our ministry. in particular on land use. After all, we do hope that new structures, sustainable structures, and I remember Professor Bogardi on his speech on sustainability, which has a bit a different flavor, nevertheless in a very positive sense. We do hope that we will create sustainable structures. And such a day is also the day of congratulations and of thanks. And I would like to close with thanks. Thanks to all who have contributed to this difficult exercise to establish a new institute linked with the university, funded by different sources and linked to a state in a different continent. Thanks also to the Technical University Dresden, who took on the task to organize this new institute together with the colleagues from UNU. Many thanks to the government of Saxony and in particular to the Science Ministry for the constructive and very positive cooperation, which is always a reasonable base. Many thanks to all members of the United Nations University, represented today by Professor Osterwalder, Professor Riener, and also Professor Ardakanian. And also thanks to Professor Bogardi, who was very much a crucial person for this new initiative and for the promotion of FLORES. Finally, I would like to convey the best wishes to the Institute and to Professor Ardakanian, all success for the benefit of Germany, for the benefit of Mozambique, and also, and in particular, for the benefit of mankind. Thank you very much.